Good afternoon and welcome to 23475 State Road 4 in Lakeville, Indiana. Folks, we really have a really unique piece of property here. Whether you call it estate living or luxury home, it's really the whole package. We've got a house with 4 beds, 3.5 baths. It's over 4,000 square feet just in the main level. Total finished is over 6,000 square feet when you look at all of the finished area in the basement, including, believe it or not, you're going to see an in-ground indoor pool. As well, we have a really nice sized heated outbuilding with a living quarters for in-laws or whether it be a new starting family, complete with a workshop area and plenty of storage for the RV and the toys. So let's break it all down and take a look at some of the individual items. Okay, so we're just inside the home now. The camera is actually in the main great room living area. You can see to my left the foyer entry with the really custom, nice inlaid hardwood floor area. We've got the arched entries with the trendy radius drywall corners with columns, and then this is your formal dining room in here. I would like to point out that this was a very, very highly sought after plan by Devon Custom Homes here in the local market, and this was obviously exploded from its original version, but a very nice layout, as you'll see. So here's the opposite perspective of the great room area, center of the home, foyer being straight away from me. What we have is just a really comfortable yet large room in that you've got the oversized tall ceilings. I'd like to point specific attention to the fireplace. Even though this is a gas log, it's huge. It just absolutely fits the enormity of the room and the overall house. To my left, you can see the sunroom, which is extremely well appointed and faces north, which is nice because you don't get that south-facing sun beating in there and making that room abnormally uncomfortable in the summer. Okay, talk about a ton of prep space. This is a kitchen that any commercial chef would die for. You're not going to find anything in here that doesn't say Bosch, Sub-Zero, or Thermador on it, which absolutely is the highest quality that could be put in here. You'll notice that the countertops are a quartz-looking solid surface Corian product that absolutely looks like the day it was put in. And when you talk cabinets, if anyone's from here and knows the Amish craftsmanship of Napanini, this is a product called Air, which is A-Y-R. You can look them up. It is absolutely the finest cabinetry that can be obtained in the area. The camera is actually sitting in the eat-in kitchen area that's quite frankly as large or larger than the formal dining room. You could fit a table of 10 or 12 in there, and then there's a sliding door going out to the back deck which overlooks the absolutely stunning backyard and the woods. So here's one of the nicest master suites I've been in quite some time. Not only is it huge, it has an absolutely gorgeous view of the backyard and the woods, and on those cold January nights, let's turn the fireplace on. And completely consistent with the rest of the house, this master bath is absolutely stunning. I'm sitting on the edge of the jacuzzi tub, which is perfectly placed with the 2 windows facing west and north, again looking over the backyard and the woods. We've got a 2-bowl vanity with 36-inch tall cabinets like everybody wants, nice big mirror, good flooring, just a really comfortable room, and of course the glass block enclosed shower is just fantastic. You know, there's a lot of people that would like to have a bedroom the size of this walk-in closet. We've got very tastefully done built-ins, all of the hanging area, shoe storage. It's just a really nice complement to the overall master suite. So the camera's at the bottom of the main stairway coming from the great room area down to the basement. You can just see that again, you know, consistent with the rest of the home, when this was built by the owners, everything was done specifically to their taste. We've got a really well-appointed wet bar area here. They've used this area obviously as a gaming area. Back here, just entertaining, plenty of room to have a large family gathering here. I would also mention that this is a full walkout, lower level. There's an 8-foot sliding door here, which not only gives you a grand view of the backyard and the woods, it's also a fantastic place to bring furniture and equipment in and out of the basement area. Right behind the camera is the 4th bedroom, which is actually its own suite. Good afternoon and welcome to 23475 State Road 4. We've got a really fantastic property to show you today. I really deliberate whether to call it luxury or estate live. That's enough listening to that guy, I think. You know what? There aren't many homes that have their own private theater room in the basement. Not only does this sale of this home come with the big screen projection TV, also a 7-point surround sound system and custom theater seating with power recline on every single one. And I have to tell you, I've not had popcorn this good in quite some time. Not every home comes with its own gym area, including the equipment. Everything you see here, including the free weights and a very high-end Nordic Track treadmill, as well as the wall-mount TV to watch CNN in the morning when you're getting ready, is all included with the sale of this home. Here we are in the storage area of the outbuilding, which actually is nicer than most storage areas. We actually have finished sheetrock, liner panel in the ceiling, extremely well lit, polished concrete floor with floor drains so you can wash your vehicles with hot water in the middle of winter if you want. You can see the back half or so of the 38-foot RV, which fits in here comfortably, has its own dedicated 30-amp RV hookup so that you can come in, just plug it in, and go back to work. The entire building has its own dedicated 200-amp service, which we'll show you in the workshop here coming up. So we're in the workshop area of the, I would say, the other side of the outbuilding now. And, you know, with epoxy floors, just a good workshop area that's been used this way for years. Now, none of this equipment stays. We've got quite the hobby woodworker, and he's in love with all of his equipment. We've got a dining room table out here where they come out and have meals or play cards or whatever. Great loft storage area up above. And then this sheetrock area over here is actually a portion of the really adequately sized in-law suite, which we're going to show you next. Okay, now we're in the in-law suite apartment adjacent and hooked on to the outbuilding. This apartment has its own laundry, its own full bathroom, a bedroom and either a den or a second bedroom, living area which you can see wheeling around into the kitchen. Overall square footage is not huge. We're probably looking at 800 to 900 square feet total. You can go right out into the shop woodworking area where we were and get in your vehicle and leave. There's a lot of concrete around this for parking. Someone can live in this area of the property and be completely on their own. It's got its own dedicated security system. The shop and apartment also has its own dedicated septic system, which is completely separate from the house. Now I gotta be honest with you, loading a wood stove all winter is not everybody's cup of tea. But I own one of these, and what I just did is all you do in the morning and in the evening, and there's nothing more tranquil when there's a light snowfall coming down than to sit out here and enjoy your cup of coffee, load your wood stove, and know that you're heating both of these entire huge structures with that. Now, there's two separate pumps pumping water into each structure, and that is how the water is moved, and that's how the shop is heated, the apartment's heated, and the home actually has 3 zones so you can decide how much you want it heated where. As well, there's radiant heat in the floor around the pool, which we're going to show you in a little while, that's also heated by this system. If this isn't your bag or you're out of town, the entire property also has its own dedicated forced air furnaces. And believe it or not, in that much square footage in that house, there's only one furnace. And it heats that home so easily because the owners own their own insulation company. You can't believe how this property is so well insulated and managed for moisture. It's just absolutely well engineered. That's what you get when you have somebody that's in the business that not only spec'd their own home, but built it from scratch. Not too often you can do that in your own house. How awesome is that? Middle of January, completely comfortable room because we talked about how the floor is radiant heated with the hot water heat. There's a custom, built for this room, commercial grade dehumidifying system so that the structure doesn't get too much ambient moisture inside, to the degree that if you aren't using the cover, the solar cover that just basically floats on top of the water, it can actually drop the level of the pool. Listen, I can only cover so many things on a property of this magnitude. We've barely scratched the surface to show you the main amenities of the property. If there's any interest at all, don't hesitate to call to come out and see our State Road 4 listing. There's even more when you get here that we couldn't even get on the video. Thanks for coming out and checking us out today.